Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Amy and I am here today with a thrift store haul, so I hope you'll stick around and watch that. I had the chance to, anytime I go to the post office and mail off a goodie, I walk over to the Salvation Army because it's almost right next door. And I don't know if Thursdays are their days to restock, but they were chock full of stuff this time. And so I picked up a few goodies that I thought I'd bring over here to show you guys. So let's get started. I'm going to start with a couple things because my table's kind of tilting and I'm going to use some of this stuff to prop up my table. But green happened to be the sale of the day, and so all of the green things were half price, but I really didn't find very many green things. But I found this Hooked on Phonics. Hooked on Phonics worked for me, and learned to read second grade. And it's just a flip book. So it's almost like flashcards. Oh, it's got a sticker on here. Hold on. And I guess teachers or tutors could use this so that you could make different words and read. And I just thought these would be great little cards to put in journals, and I could also harvest the ring because these would work with my cinch binding machine. So there's just a bunch of different letters, and they're a good length. They're kind of the same length, I think, that my Reader's Digest junk journals will be. And the back side of the card is completely plain, so it'll give people a lot of space to journal on if they want. So I got the second grade one, and hang tight while I try to prop this side of the table up. And hopefully, oh, it's gonna slide because it's a slippery surface. I don't know if that's better or not, but we'll see how it goes. And then they had a first grade one. Now, is there any difference in these? Okay, so second grade was single letters, it looks like, but it looks like in first grade maybe you get some double letters, maybe to do kind of more sounds. So there's that. And then there was also a kindergarten one. So I don't know if we have a homeschooling family that donated these, but I do appreciate when people make donations to thrift stores, because maybe it's something that no longer works for them, but other people can find value in it, and I appreciate being someone who is the recipient of that on occasion. All right, then I found this. This was, anytime I see something kind of vintagey, it always draws my attention. And this is Leading Men, and it's a 2004 Paramount planner. So in the book, oh, look, Cary Grant, one of my favorites. So it's got these great pictures. Let me find another one. These great pictures, but then it's also got the planner side. So my guess is I'm mostly going to be interested in this side, because I could cut these boxes out and do some kind of crafting with them, or just put, you know, the whole page, or perhaps I fold it in half this way, and because that would fit in a journal. So that's why I picked this up. But heck, having these pictures of leading men. Okay, well, I keep flipping to, okay, we've got Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck. So I didn't look through the whole book. I stopped with Cary Grant, which of course was, you know, great, but it's segregated. So we've got the 90s. That's where Ben Affleck was. But then we've also got Kevin Costner, William Shatner. That's great. Why am I laughing? I don't know. I just don't think of him as a leading man, I guess. Elvis, Humphrey Bogart. Although I will say in the original Star Trek, before he started doing stuff with his receding hairline, he was, I thought, pretty attractive back then. All right, so next I found a pack of doilies. Yes, you can get these at the Dollar Tree for much cheaper, but the ones you can get at the Dollar Tree are lots of different sizes, and I thought this was actually kind of an ideal size for things that I would want to do, whether it's cutting it in half or folding it into some kind of shape to put ephemera in. I just thought this seemed like a really good, and it's got a lot in there. It doesn't say how many it's got on here, but I don't think it's ever been opened, and it seems like, you know how thin they are, so it seems like a pretty good stack. And then I'm always on the hunt for bingo because I'm still working on my bingo kit for my shop, and some of these are misses. So like Jason and Galia got me some the other day from Goodwill, and they were not very good. But this one's not terrible. I mean, it's not vintage by any means. Well, maybe it is. I don't know how old this one is, but it at least says bingo. They got me ones the other day that none of them even said bingo. But so it's got the cards, it's got the little marker things to mark which ones you found, and this one is addition. So, and it's got, you guys, it's got tons of this stuff still intact. And then these are all of the, like the placemat or whatever for the ones that get called. And then what else do we have in here? Instructions. And then in this Ziploc bag, we've got the actual pieces. So as long as your answer 11 plus 9 is 20. So if you have a 20 on your card, which this one does. If you have a 20 on your card, then you can mark it. You guys know how bingo works. I'm not sure why I'm explaining to you how bingo works, but this one's just a little bit different, and I'm enjoying finding different ones so that when I list my bingo kit for sale, you get a ton of variety with that. All right, then I found these. Now, don't laugh. These are, well, small heat seal packets. All right, now why on earth did I pick these up? So they come, here's the side that the user would tear off, but it's open at the bottom, and then you seal it closed or whatever. Why would I pick something like this up? Well, it's dumb, really, but I want to find a way, or have a way, to put washi tape in my junk journals, and this would be a good way because I could put strips of washi tape on. I could, punch it, put strips of washi tape on both sides, and I could have, several of these in the journal. And if I left this open and maybe, clipped the edge a little bit, then I could still put like a piece of ephemera or a journal tag or something in here. So it's kind of ridiculous probably, but that's what I was thinking I could do with this, because I don't sell anything that could be heat sealed. Although I guess I could like rip open and see what kind of ephemera piece you get in there, but no, that seems like too much work. So anyway, there was, I first found, these were all in a bucket, and I found it like this, but there was no price. Well, then as I kept digging through the bucket, I found the original bag that they had all come in. So then I went through the bucket and picked up all the loose pieces and put them back in the bag. So $3.99, it's probably way overpriced for what I want to use it for. And who knows if it'll even work for what I want to use it for. But if you guys have additional ideas of how I can use that, let me know in the comments below. All right, then I found this, and I don't, okay, well, I've picked up some of these recently, but they were ones that had vintage advertising for shredded wheat and pork and beans. But you guys, this one came full of the divider cards, some that are letters and some back here that are just blank. And it had a bunch of, I'm gonna say, hold on a second, because I realized I put something else in here too. I'm gonna say that they are vintage index cards because of the coloring on them. They're pretty discolored. Can't even hardly see the lines anymore. They are there. But so that seemed like it was worth it to me. And I also picked up a deck of cards, hearts. I don't really like, okay, these are from 1985, which is why I picked them up, because they are vintage, but not really a fan of this particular set of hearts. But they're still cute, even if the person just used this side of it and upcycled it. So I picked those up. And this was probably like a new student welcome or a potential student welcome kit. It's from UMSL, University of Missouri, St. Louis. It is cracked. I didn't realize it was cracked when I got it, but it had just, it's like a little, well, not survival kit. It's more like a little office kit, because it's got paper clips and a random thing of string, some binder clips, some rubber bands. It's also got 2 miniature staplers in here. Now, so I technically got it for the box, not realizing the box was cracked. So I'm gonna have to tape the box where it's cracked. But I liked that it would hold little things. And how much was that? Oh, and it was half price, so $1. All right, and then the other thing in this bag, let me just make sure. Let me put my receipt over here. Okay, I found these because I have no idea what these are, but there was a whole bag of them, and they are stickers, but they're just metal stickers. So I don't know if the idea is you are kind of creating your own backdrop, whatever, but I don't know. I just thought that these would be kind of interesting to play with on crafts. And I don't know how many are in here, but a decent amount. So yeah, there's sometimes there was a lot of stuff that I put in my cart and then ultimately put back on the shelf before I left, just because I'm really not sure how I would use it. And that one I was really not sure how I would use it either, but it was so different that that's why I kept it. And then I got this giant house of cards, and so let me just take out a couple. Now this is really heavy chipboard, or heavy chipboard, thick chipboard. And it is, I suppose, it really is made so that you can make a house of cards, so to speak. But why did I get it? Well, I got it because I thought these could be journal covers. Even if I cut them in half, which I guess is probably more likely what I would do, I would cut it in half, and then I'd have 2 sides that match, and there's the inside. But I just thought it was kind of unique. I could put fabric or lace through here, you know, as a closure or whatever. But it's chipboard. So I literally picked it up. I don't necessarily care what it looks like. And maybe I would do my punching on this side so that the outside of the journal would be straight. That might be smarter, huh? But anyway, there's 20 of them in there. So I could feasibly get 20 journal covers out of this. And they're all just kind of unique looks. And they have different coordinating colors on the inside. So that's the kind of, when I look at things, I'm like, how could I use that maybe differently than it was originally intended? Because obviously somebody had this and didn't want it. Maybe they were gifted it or something and didn't want to make a giant house of cards, and couldn't think of anything else to use it for, so they donated it. So then I come along and I'm like, oh, what else could I use that for? Let's make journals. And then kind of same idea with this. Jumbo playing cards. I won't take these out because they look like jumbo playing cards, but they also could be cut in half and made into journal covers or just placed inside the journal. So just ultimately, so this one was $3.99. So I kind of look at it like I got a pad of scrapbook paper for $3.99. It's kind of how I look at it. Okay, I need to take a drink because my throat is starting to bother me. And I guess now, before I do my finale for this episode, now would be a good time to say that this episode or this video today is sponsored by Junk for Goats. If you are new to my channel, Junk for Goats is my vintage ephemera resale shop. And I sell on 3 platforms, Etsy, Whatnot, and my digital collection is for sale on Ko-Fi or Coffee, however you want to pronounce that. So I have linked to those stores, shops in my description below. Please check those out. And it's important to note that 10% of the proceeds from everything I sell goes into a fund to buy goats from Compassion International. And I have recently just purchased my first goat. I'm so excited. And so why is that important to me? Well, I support Compassion International. Aside from this, I sponsor, or my family sponsors 3 children from Compassion International. And every Christmas they come out with a gift catalog. Probably they have it all year round, but they send it out in anticipation of Christmas. And in that there's a lot of things that you can purchase to donate to the families that Compassion supports. And for $100, you can purchase a goat, and that you can buy pigs and chickens and cows for all different prices. So chickens are of course cheaper than goats. But I picked goats because $100 seemed like a good goal. And when goats are provided to families in need around the world, it helps supply their own family with food through goat milk and the cheese that they can make. And it can also allow them to sell those products to their family and friends nearby. So it helps give them a sense of purpose, and it helps with a real need that they have. So that's kind of how the name of my shop, Junk for Goats, came to be, because I'm selling junk that predominantly is marketed as things you can use in junk journals, but it's really you can use it in any kind of crafts. The majority of my products are vintage, but there is some modern and some antique items as well. And these are items that I have curated from my own personal collection and from my shopping trips to thrift and antique stores. So today's episode is sponsored by Junk for Goats. Check it out in the description below. All right, I'm going to be working on an actual commercial that will be shorter and way more polished for these videos, but I've got to get some practice in. All right, so finally I purchased this, well, let me get the bag off of it. This is the first time I've seen them do this, so, but I purchased this whole container and all of the contents for $19.99. I don't know what's in it because it's all taped on the top, so we shall see if I got a good deal. And I don't know if you have a Salvation Army near where you live, and if you do, I'm curious if they do kind of random lots like this. Like I said, I've never seen in the two Salvation Armies I visit, I've never seen them do this before. I have noticed that Goodwill is kind of starting to do that a little bit, or at least one of the Goodwills I go to. But this was the first time I had seen it kind of with Salvation Army. Okay, so I'm trying to, because I really don't know what's in here, so I don't want to ruin anything that might accidentally touch this tape that I'm taking apart. But the tape is stuck to scrapbook paper on the top, so I can probably, well, maybe not. Maybe I can't salvage. Okay, hold on. Let me cut the rest of this off. I did salvage one piece. It looks like, but there's, well, you can't see. Ugh. So how are you guys doing while I'm trying to get this tape off? It's been kind of a weird week for me, as you might imagine. And I guess I'll probably just leave it at that. It's been kind of a weird week for me. But life goes on, and there's no point in dwelling on the things that you can't control. And so I'm back here with a haul. So this was what was covering that. So most of this, there might be some of this piece that I can salvage that's not all taped up, but we'll see what I can get out of that. Okay, so when I was first opening it, it had these pieces. So I'm kind of assuming that the majority of this bin is just kind of going to be scrapbook paper. I really like this one because I like maps and they feel kind of vintagey for me. What town or what? Let's just see. Can we tell where this is at? I can't, you guys. I can't tell. Is this a fake place? Or is this someplace real? Like, I see names of towns that are real, like Memphis, but it's not. Well, there's a Wilmington. So I don't know if that's Delaware. There's a Washington, but it doesn't say Washington, D.C. So let me hold this up just in case you guys know where this might be. But I like it. All right. And then, oh, this must have gotten put in here by the person checking me out. I bought another one of these discs. They're for a specific kind of camera, which I don't have, but I like them because of the discs. So let me just open this. I probably could have opened this. Well, it doesn't matter. I also like it because I'm going to take this sticker off and then I'm going to have a piece of ephemera from the box and maybe make a little note card journal out of it. So anyway, this one's got some more ephemera and Oh, so 2 of them. So see, this is why I buy this stuff, because you can't get this, you can't just get this vintage stuff anymore. Does it have a date on it? Each of these discs has 30 exposures. Okay, 1984. So who knows if the film in them is even worth anything or would even work. But let's just open one. And if I'm smart, I'll open the other one a little bit nicer, and then I can have this as some ephemera too. And then we've just got our disc here, which would be a fun little piece of ephemera also. So I think I've bought 2 of these before from this particular store. So I don't know if somebody keeps just randomly donating them one at a time. But yeah, I love stuff like this. And this can be, you know, a pocket for crafting and stuff. All right. So, okay, we've got some wallpaper, which this is nice. I could see this from the outside of the container. So we've got sunflowers, which would work nice in my botanical kits. And I should have mentioned on my little commercial that I do have a big release coming on Labor Day weekend, and all of the items in that release will be 20% off. Then we've got what looks like a whole pad of paper, 6x6, 24 double-sided sheets, Christmas themed, Christmas rose. This is Crafter's Companion. I'm not familiar with that brand, but let me cut this open. It looks like I like 6x6 pads. When I used to do Stampin' Up and I would buy 12x12 pads, I would always cut them down into 6x6 pads, which sometimes I would regret and sometimes not, because there's so many things you can do with single sheets of 6x6. There's so many like projects out there for that. But these are pretty, and they're double-sided. So if I ever do Christmas kits, these would be a good addition. And do we get, is it 24 unique? Okay, no, it's 12 unique designs, 2 of each page. Yep, so the front sides all seem to have a pretty bold design, and then the back sides seem to have kind of your more writing space if you were using it for that. But then on the back, it's got all of them. So that's nice. Okay, so I don't know, is anybody out there going to be keeping track of whether we think I'm getting a good deal here or not? All right, we've got now some random scrapbook paper. Different weights. These seem to be single-sided. Oh, that's cute. Oh, whoa, shiny, and this is a thicker one. But these definitely fit in line, these definitely fit in line with my vintage, how I like vintage things. Lots of pages of that. Oh, this one's kind of fuzzy. Now I like this too. I think it would be cool. I wonder if I could take highlighters, like bright colored highlighters, and add some brightness to this. That might be fun to try or ruin. Who knows? I guess I would just try it in a corner. I know you can buy these pages, and this person probably did buy these pages by the sheet from like a Michaels, and I have no idea what Michaels chart. It's been so long. Like I used to buy this kind of stuff when I made cards, but it's been so long since I've done that I have no idea what that costs anymore. Oh, look at this, you guys. Okay, so stencil. This would be fun to try when I am coffee dyeing or tea dyeing paper. So when I go, we are going on vacation in July, and I'm hoping to take some time while I'm in that environment to coffee dye some paper. All right, so we have this pad that has a clearance sticker for $2 on it. Contains 10 sheets of 12 by 12 printed watercolor paper for scrapbooking. Oh, well, that's kind of cool, and it is watercolor paper. You can't tell, but it's, oh, I love that. I like it even without the watercolor. So there's two designs, 2 pages of each design on these. Look at that. And it's like ready to just cut and ink, and if you have stamps, you could do some stamping. Obviously, if you're a watercolorer, you could do that. So I realized this was marked down to $2 on whatever thing that originally had it, but I love this. Okay, so there's that, and then this stuff's all going to be on the floor by the end of this video. Some more of the letter size pages, kind of in rough shape. But as you guys know, with junk journaling, it doesn't matter if the paper's in rough shape. Oh, I love this one. Oh, but it's kind of taped. Let me see if I can, this like packing tape is really not, although it is coming off of it without tearing it. Huh. I love this one. This is my jam right here. These vintage advertisements. I love that so much. So much. You guys know I buy vintage magazines predominantly for the advertisements. All right, so we've got some more. This one's fuzzy, felty along the, this looks like a pia-saw, you guys. So I'm close to Alton, Illinois, and we have pia-saws painted onto the cliffs, or at least one, but it's probably just a dragon, right? But, ooh, I like this. What is this? Oh, this is awesome. I love this one, you guys, and it's got embossed between, so that if you cut them out, they'd be kind of like stamps. I love that so much. So much. It's not by itself worth $19.99, but I love that so much. I wish that was one that there had been lots of pieces of. Getting some retro vibes here. Nautical. Oh man, why weren't there more? I wish there were more pages of that. All right, so I guess we are getting some, these are Hallmark stickers for Easter. Pretty bowed. Is there a year? 1996. Collect them, trade them, get them from Hallmark. I think there's just one. Oh, there's two pages of these stickers. Gosh, there's a lot of loose stuff in here too. So maybe this really did come just from somebody's house and they just like put all their craft stuff in it and donated it. I did that one time. I was with a lot of my 12 by 12 paper packs because, oops, sorry, because I was kind of getting out of the card making business and I hadn't really found my joy in the junk journaling business. So I donated a bunch of that stuff to the Women and Children's Shelter Fund or whatever. And so hopefully someone, now obviously I know that the women and children don't need paper, right? They need like real things. Ooh, I love these. But I presume that the people that do the donation collections sell the items, and then the proceeds benefit the women and children. I love these, you guys. These, what do they call these? You know, they're the, oh, I just love it. And they're nature themed. I really like this one. So you can see they've used some of them and they've left some behind. And I think with crafts especially, that's such an easy thing to do. Because maybe when you buy a craft, you have a specific plan in mind. You do your plan, and then what are you going to do with the scraps? If you're not into junk journaling or scrapbooking, then you probably don't need the scraps. So it's really nice to donate that kind of thing. Oh, we've got a bunch of cutout lions. And yeah, so I really like it when people, I think these are so cute, frogs. Oh, two of the same thing. So kind of, oh, camping. Is that kind of camping themed? All right. Aw, that one's super cute. I think I have that upside down. Yeah, because it's frogs and snails. Oh, I really like that one. If you're doing any kind of like a pet theme. Man, you guys, there's a lot of stuff in here, and you're probably like bored stiff, but this probably would have been better done as a video on my desk where I flipped through each page. Oh, this one's embossed too. I don't know if I can, the fish. Okay, what is this? Make this page your own. So it comes with an overlay. So that's interesting. And then just some pretty embossed paper. So we have kind of flowers, or like on a vine, and we've got squigglies. And these are great for inking up too, any kind of embossed. And then hearts. Oh, and I love this. Butterflies, and then more newspaper possibly. All right, and then more of this kind of stuff. Is that chocolate? Yep, Hershey's. Oh man, now I'm gonna be hungry. Popcorn. Okay, see, these are not the kind of things that I don't tend to work with food things like that so much, so we'll have to see what I do with that. All right, what is this? So this is Craft Core Nostalgic Collection. Well, that fits me. Oh, and it's Tim Holtz. Perfect with your Sizzix machine. Oh, so the Cut and Emboss series. So it is textured. Can we see? Can I? Nope, I can't get it. Oh, well, maybe there you can kind of see it's textured. And So it is, because it's the, those are great. What size is that? 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Oh, so 1/4 of a piece of legal size paper. Not legal size, letter size paper. So yeah, and it doesn't really look like any is missing from that. And it's Tim Holtz. It was originally $7.99. That seems like a great deal. Okay, what do we have here? Martha Stewart Crafts. Once it was down to $2. Are these, what are these? "26 animal alphabet cards." So they're like flashcards, but they're huge. So maybe these I could make into journal covers. Are they like a thick paper? I don't know. I don't know if they're a thick paper. How do I open this? Okay, yep, there's a way to open the bottom. See, when it's this big and it's a single image, unless I was making a really big journal, that's what makes me think that this would be suitable as a journal cover. Or frameable. Heck, these would be frameable, right? So those are in, well, let's pull out one more. What is Y? A yak. Well, of course a Y is yak. So yeah, these would be kind of great frameable art for a child or a teacher's classroom, if you're in a elementary grade maybe. And it's really good quality paper. So I can kind of see why maybe it came all the way down to $2, because that is kind of a start a collection. Well, okay. But yeah, I can see why. But yeah, it's got beaver, donkey, lion, quail, puma, gazelle. Oh, I wish it had a giraffe instead of a gazelle. Toucan. So a lot of great animals there. Okay, now the rest of the stuff in here looks to be like smaller kind of stuff. Well, I say that, and then this one says Big Blooms. These are chipboard pieces, shapes. So I don't know. Let's open this one. So I was kind of interested in this because of the look, but these are still needing to be punched out. But they're like swirls. So, I mean, they don't have to be punched out. They could be left as is and maybe Mod Podged or something to hold it together. But, I mean, there's also this almost feels, what's that wood that you can kind of put through your Cricut? This kind of feels like wood, not chipboard. Well, maybe chipboard is the wood. I don't know. But otherwise, the rest of these are like a thick cardboard. All right, what else do we have? We've got, well, this one is not labeled, so it's just more pieces. But these kind of things are great for, oh, there's a stamp, like for decorating the corners of pages. We've got a G. Looks like maybe part, I don't know if we'll find that we have the whole alphabet here, but we've got several in coordinating colors. We've got some bright blue turquoise lace. Small flowers. corners. More letter. Labels and tags, awesome sauce. You could use these on the cover of a journal. Some of those. Well, then we've got, I'm gonna sit through and I'm gonna try to put these back together, right? In all my free time. And then we've got, we've got some glitter. Silent Night, Holy Night sticker book, which it looks like they're still here. What is this? It is a decorative strip, vintage lace edging, Sizzlets decorative strip, embellishing tips. Oh, it looks like maybe this works with a Sizzix machine and would emboss or cut. I guess it's a die cutting thing. So I'm curious if, I don't have a Sizzix, but I have a die cutting machine. So I'll have to do some more checking with that, but that is super long. Like, I think you could do maybe a full 12-inch piece. So that's interesting. And then we've got alphabet, simply stated, another $2 item. I can't tell what this is either. So can we open it? Oh, sorry, I keep taking my glasses off. How do I open it? I really want to see what's inside. Is there tape? There's tape. Okay, Amy, you got to be smarter than the box. Let's look at the top. Maybe the top is already open. Okay. Say anything anywhere with simply stated alphabets. Oh, maybe it's a rub off because it's got a stick. It is. Oh my goodness, you guys. This is fantastic. I love this font. Oh, I love this so much. And the punctuation. So there's what? 8 Z's. So is there just 8 letters on each one? Nope. The smaller letters have way more. Maybe they had already used some of the Z's. Because yeah, there's tons of J's. Oh, I love this. Oh, look at the question marks. All right, well, now I know. So that's awesome. So there's been a few, okay, so this and that one sheet that I wish that there had been more of, and the Tim Holtz vintage paper pack, the Christmas paper pack too, and that map page, all of that stuff has been awesome. Is this more rub-offs? Mini Marks, wonderful rub-on transfers. Oh my gosh. Oh, I am in love. Okay, I feel like this was worth the 19 bucks, 20 bucks. Because then there's also this one. Is this one exactly like the other one? Oh, maybe not. This one's like the numbers and other stuff. Does it say? It really doesn't. Mini Marks Wonderful Rub-On Transfers, but it really doesn't have like a title. Okay, well, maybe it does. This is Fred, I guess, maybe? Fred? Let's see what the other one says. That one's great. Happy birthday, thanks. And this one is, oh, this one's also Fred. So maybe it's, oh, it does have an item number, but this one's just the alphabet. And there's some punctuation in the back. Well, I don't know what that is. Oh, that was an and. Okay. Well, I really like those. Let's hope we find some more of those. I think these are more too. I'm noticing because of these little screws in the top. Oh no, these are stencils. Oh, well, that's cute too. Nice. Okay. And then the other one, so they're both Christmas themed. Snow Buddies and Build a Snowman. So they would layer on each other. Oh, well, this one doesn't have like the sheets in the middle of them. Nice. Okay, I'll put that back in there later. Oh, another paper pad. Roll with it. And this is by, well, by Stephen Duncan. Cardabella. Oh, I like Cardabella. That's a good brand. Some brands, well, everybody has their own favorite brands. And, oh, this one's already open. The judgment for me on whether it's a good one is how easily it cuts on a paper cutting machine. Does it leave frayed, not frayed edges, but like, I don't know how to explain it if you aren't a paper cutter or somebody that cuts paper. Oh, I love that. But like it just leaves linty edges maybe. See, these are great. These can easily be cut out, and for the ones that have pages like that and made as little pieces of ephemera. So a whole pad of that, that's great. And then, oh, this, you guys, this is a Temu item. Look. And this is some kind of paper. I don't know, maybe AliExpress and Shein use labels like that too, so maybe it's not Temu, but I recognize the label as one of those at least. So textured paper. Ooh. So those are kind of neat. I like that. Temu, I don't care what people want to say about Temu, but Temu is a great source for craft supplies. Some more letters. Some more ribbon. This cost the person only 50 cents. A metal stencil. How cute is that? For Easter to make, or you could just put this in a journal as is. Got some Halloween washi tape. This looks like railroad tracks maybe. Oh, I like ones like this. And see, I can put this washi tape on my heat seal bags I just bought. There's another washi tape. You guys, somebody else donated these too. See, I told you, I donated some of these because I didn't need so many extras, so I donated the extras, and then I kind of regretted it because I'm going to be selling my diamond paintings. But so some of mine, and one of you was so kind to send me some, thank you. But here, I've got another one. That's funny. So it's not just me. Right, and then we've got like some, I don't know, would you call this jute? I don't know, or is it just burlap lace? Oh, guys, giraffes are Gracie's favorite animal. So I could do a bunch of fun stamping with that. More letters. Ah, you guys, it's another one. Is this the same one? No, these are capitals. Okay, so these were lower, the ones I showed you already were lowercase. I am so happy, you guys. I can't stand it. Got a little stick. Oh. Okay, now it looks like maybe the N was missing some N's. Yes. Oh, no, wait. Oh, no, there's just a piece of wax paper maybe in between so they don't rub off on each other. Should I make this my thumbnail? Oh, I should do, well, I don't want to take out. It takes a while to get the right, for me to get it onto the right. Oh, my hair. All right. Oh, I love these so much. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you to whoever donated these. Hopefully it was donated because they just decided they didn't want to do the craft anymore. Another lowercase one. And not for some sad reason. Oh, you guys, okay. I have one of these too. I may have gotten mine from, actually, I think I got one from Amazon, and I think I also got one from Temu. This one looks like it was from Temu. These are great. This is the best version of this particular tool. They're corner rounders. Let me find a, here, we'll just do this. This is a piece of the, well, actually, let's get one that was kind of damaged. Don't make this harder than it needs to be. Okay, we're just gonna go with this one. I always use it to where I can, so you put it in here, but I always use it so I can, so I use it like upside down. So this is the smallest, hold on. It was feeling like it didn't work, so let's just see. Okay, it worked there a little bit. It's, and then if I do the next size, and you just literally put it in here, but I like viewing it. So there, that one's a little bit more rounded. And then the biggest size, like that. So I love these, and now I can have one in both of my craft. Well, I think I already have two, so maybe this one needs to go up for sale in my shop. But, all right, then we've got some clear acrylic sealer. Could I use this on my jewelry? You know how I've got all my Temu jewelry that I don't want to tarnish? and I was originally thinking I would use clear gel top coat and cure it on there, but I wonder, would this leave it sticky? Clear coating that seals paper, wood, metal, terracotta. Okay, so I guess I could use it. I just have to figure out how to use it on the jewelry without messing it up. Oh my. Black glitter. Glitter makes me so nervous, you guys. Gabby got a dress from Shein for a school dance, and it was a glittery dress, and it literally felt like they just took glitter and poured it on the dress. There was glitter everywhere, and this is cute. These are some cute washi tapes. And this almost looks like gel powder, like for your nails. What does it say? It says chameleon powder. Like, this is in the kind of a pot that the acrylic nail powder, but I can't assume that's what it is. More glitter. Glitter. All right, more of these metal stencils. I love these. Now this one's a little bent, but I think those are great. More letters. Trying to move it all to this other side. And then we've got tissue. Can always use tissue. And I can't remember if I showed this one or not. Bicycles. And then we've got a craft magazine, which these are great to cut up also. Oh, see? Go to this page and just cut these images out. Or use the whole page and, you know, whatever. If you like to glue book, this is, I really didn't expect all this stuff to be in here. And then we've just got a few sheets of paper in there. More, oh dear. One of the glitters, the black glitter that has it leaked a little, so now I've got glitter. Oh, it's worth it. But more papers, football, wagons. So this must be kind of a create your own advertisement. I'm trying not to move it too much because it's got glitter, but it's got a peel off thing, and then you'd put a picture underneath that. It's a good thing I'm doing this on my bed, isn't it? More paper, and then one final piece of paper. You guys, I'm in love with this. And then I also get the container that it was all in. So I really think that I got my $20 out of that. Let me know what you think. If you think all this stuff was just super cheap to begin with, super cheap junk, and you'd only pay $5 for a whole thing like this, let me know. But I think, aside from the fact that now I've got black glitter all over everything, I think that was a good deal. So that brings us to the end of the Salvation Army haul. I really didn't expect this to be a long video because, like I said, I really didn't think I got that much until we dug into the mystery box, so to speak. And so let's go ahead and do our nostalgic TV trivia. And then I'm gonna go film some additional videos. Let's do some nails together. And I'm gonna do some book flip-throughs for those of you that enjoy the ASMR book flip-throughs. And I've got a couple crafting videos planned. So let's see. Who portrayed Shane on Shane? Who co-produced the Flintstones? What advertiser's slogan is "Nothing's better for thee than me"? Name the family who owned the oh shoot, I can never pronounce this word. Is it Chaparral Ranch? Who was the narrator in the Rocky and His Friends episodes? Name the first CBS Saturday morning animated cartoon series. Who starred as Tony Fleming on The Rogues? Who helped start the famous quiz show Scandals by declaring that the show Dotto was rigged? Okay, oh man, you guys. Adding iron to my diet has not been helping. The minoxidil has not been helping. Nothing. There is absolutely no new hair growth from any of these things I'm trying. I think it's just a foregone conclusion that I will soon be bald on the top. Okay, who portrayed Shane on Shane? Oh, that's supposed to look, sorry. Okay, well, I don't know the answer to that, although I did just see the answer to that. So that's the only one that I saw though before I realized, wait a minute, what am I doing? What am I doing? Who portrayed Shane on Shane? I have no idea. I mean, I do now, but I really didn't know. I don't even know what kind of a show Shane is. Who co-produced the Flintstones? Okay, so did Jackie Gleason have any kind of a production? Because wasn't he the voice of Fred Flintstone? But did actors really like produce things back then, or did they just act? And I can't think of like the ending credits to the Flintstones. I used to watch that. That was always on after school, like at 3 o'clock. So I don't know the answer to that. I don't even have a guess. What advertiser's slogan is "Nothing's better for thee than me"? Nothing's better for thee than me. Is it a food? Perfume? They wouldn't have had dating sites back then because there were no sites. This is 1984 or earlier. Nothing's better for thee than me. I don't know, coffee? But that's still the advertiser. I have no idea. So Coca-Cola? That doesn't sound right, but I don't know. Name the family who owned the High Chaparral Ranch. Chaparral? I don't know. Name the family who owned that ranch. I don't even know what that's from. So it's not Bonanza and the Ponderosa. So I don't know. I don't know any other. I feel like it's got to be a Western, but I don't know any other Western family. So I guess I'm skipping that one too. Who was the narrator in the Rocky and His Friends episodes? Is this like Rocky and Bullwinkle episode? Or Rocky? Who was the narrator? Can I just say Jackie Gleason since I said him earlier? But why would he be, that doesn't seem right. I don't know. Name the first CBS Saturday morning animated cartoon series. Okay. My first thought was like the Smurfs or Scooby-Doo, but I think that's too new for this because there should have been animated series like Looney Tunes. Would that have been on CBS? Like when I was a kid, I know Looney Tunes was on after school. Or like Woody Woodpecker, Felix the Cat, Mr. Magoo. But it was Saturday morning. Peanuts? Let's try Peanuts. Who starred as Tony Fleming on The Rogues? I don't know what that show was either. Tony Fleming on The Rogues. Frank. Since I like to use Frank for everything. Who helped start the famous quiz show Scandals by declaring the show Dotto was rigged? Well, I sort of remember, I don't know if there was a movie about that, but I don't remember. I don't even know who was on Scandals. Like, I don't remember that as being a game show or quiz show. So I don't have an answer for that either. Merv Griffin. You know, I want to say Merv Griffin for lots of game show kind of things, but I don't know why he would have been the one declaring Dotto rigged. All right, well, this card was bad. So who portrayed Shane on Shane? David Carradine. Yes, okay. So does that mean it was like a kung fu kind of show? Who produced the Flintstones? Bill, Hanna, and Joe Barbera. Oh, Hanna-Barbera. I guess I didn't realize that was coming from two guys' last names. What advertiser's slogan is "Nothing's better for thee than me"? Quaker Oats. Okay. Now, I look at a lot of slogans or, you know, advertisements from old times, and I just don't remember seeing that. Maybe it wasn't that old. Name the family who owned the ranch. That was the Cannon family. Who was the narrator in the Rocky and His Friends episodes? William Conrad. Now that's the guy from Jake and the Fat Man, right? That's not Robert Conrad from the Wild Wild West. I think. So, okay. Name the first CBS Saturday morning animated cartoon series. Mighty Mouse. I wonder what year that would have been. Like in the 50s? Do you think? It could have been earlier. Was Mighty Mouse supposed to be Mickey Mouse, only superhero? See how much I know about cartoons. Who starred as Tony Fleming on The Rogues? Gig Young. I don't know. And who helped start the famous quiz show Scandals by declaring the show Dotto was rigged? Edward Hilgmeyer Jr. Okay, well, it's another card that I got 0 correct. Yay. I hope you did better. Let me know in the comments. And I would like to take a moment to pull up to thank my members. But in the meantime, let me thank everybody who has subscribed to this channel, who's still subscribed to this channel. I did lose some members this week. Not members. I did lose some subscribers this week. And that was awesome. But 'tis what it is. And now I've got glitter, black glitter all over my phone. Awesome. But thank you to those who watch, and I try to be authentic on here. And so thank you for those of you that like that kind of content. But let me get to my members. All right, I want to thank Mary, Julie, KT, Favorites with Laura, Darlene, Hey Everybody, and Pam. Thank you so much for supporting this channel through your membership. And to everybody, thank you so much for supporting this channel by watching, giving me a thumb, sharing, commenting. All of those things help YouTube know that maybe other people would like to watch this content. And don't forget, if you're interested in vintage ephemera, check out my shops in the description listed below. And wherever you are, whenever you are, I hope you're having a great day. And until we meet again, take care of yourself. Bye.